to our next Heard Data. It's me, Jennifer.
Hi, I'm Danushki, and today we have Sean Miller, who is our guest. If you are a part of the Tableau community at all, Sean is such a huge name in the community. Congratulations on being a Tableau visionary. That is amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
yes.
Yeah, and today we are going to be talking a little bit about our collaboration with you in February with your Data Plus Music initiative. Would you like to tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, absolutely. So thank you for the welcome. Thank you for having me on. This has been really exciting, and I think this is the second month that we've been doing Data Plus Music, and I think this was. I mean, the quality of the submissions that we got this month were I think they blew me away. And so we're having a lot of fun. So yeah, so Data Plus Music is really simple. It's just, I have a host of topics, and each month there's a different topic. And the idea is to use that topic and then visualize something about it in Tableau. So this month, I was actually inspired by your IronViz submission a couple of years ago of the Firefly suite, and so yeah, it was. I thought that was one of the most unique and incredible visualizations that I'd ever seen, and it was music related, and I was like, we have to do something about this. And so I've seen your blog post about how to actually pull that data in and actually manipulate it, but I never had a chance or set aside the time to actually do that. So that's why I thought this would be a great opportunity to do that. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I'm really excited. I was really excited to see all the submissions.
Yeah, we really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I think the MIDI, when Danushki, I was the same way when I saw her Fire Suite Viz. I was just amazed, and it unlocked this whole other idea of opportunity of what you could possibly do with music data. So when you started this initiative, I was really excited, and then of course both of us excited to collaborate, and just to see people take a general idea, like who doesn't love music? So it's easy data, but then a general landscape of how to get the data and the variety of different things we saw. It was so much fun.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, Sean, just to go back a little bit, can you tell us why you started Music Plus Data?
Sure.
Data Plus Music.
Yeah, I know. You can call it either one. I follow both the hashtags because some people do that. But yeah, so the reason I started it, I've always considered myself a professional appreciator of music. And so that's really kind of how from the time I was a little lad and throughout my life, music has always been a very important part of it. And whether it was listening to the radio, listening to songs with friends or my parents, or going to concerts or anything like that, it's always been a big part of my life. And I've always really enjoyed that. And now and I've taken that passion for music and I've turned it into quite a portfolio on my Tableau Public page. My very first Tableau Public profile viz that I ever published was a data related dashboard. And I think before, if you take out all the other community projects and you just look at my personal dashboards that I've published on Tableau Public, 75% of them are music related. So it was something that I really enjoyed. And also, so take that. So that was one part of it. And then the other part is to see how awesome the community is when they start doing something with music. So, they've had, Tableau Public has had multiple IronViz feeders related to music. We had a couple of years ago, we had a Data Plus Music summer Viz campaign through Tableau that we did. Which was really, really fun. I had a chance to do a few. I had a chance to do a webinar there, and so it was just really fun. And so now it was just a matter of just getting together, the community, and being able to visualize something that we enjoy. And while, as Jennifer mentioned, it's you take a very broad topic within music, and then you can kind of take that wherever you want to go, wherever your creativity wants to go, and then kind of bring that in to a nice polished dashboard is something that's it's really inspiring, because it also helps kind of break the cycle, at least for me personally, who does a lot of more professional style dashboards, work dashboards. This is a way for me to kind of and the community to kind of break out of that cycle and have some fun and share personal stories with music. So
I think, yeah, I think that's the reason it's so relatable, because music touches on so many things, right? It brings out a creative side. Like we were saying, it can touch on memory or an emotional side. Fun fact, I was telling Danushki that I think every Tableau Public Viz that I've published, I've embedded a link to a song.
yes,
Even though that the links probably do not work because Chrome has disabled that. It's just like a starting point for almost every project, because there's always generally a song or a lyric that ties to the feeling or the topic. And so it's just, I think it's really relatable and a lot of fun that you started this. So we're really excited to see all of the different projects this year.
Yeah. I've got some really cool, I've got some really cool topics lined up. And that was another thing that I really wanted to make sure that I made a part of the Data Plus Music, is because, as you mentioned, it hits on so many different aspects of our lives. One of the things that I wanted to do is I wanted to team up with as many of the other community projects as possible. So we kicked it off with Her Data and doing the MIDI analysis stuff, and then I've also got right now through the end of April, we're doing a collaboration with IronQuest. So to do your first music memory is what we're calling it. So, but I've got some other stuff I've got some stuff lined up with the Games Night Viz folks and Sports Viz Sunday and the Versity and Data. And so I've got some good stuff lined up and coming up. So
there's so many different places you can take it, right?
Exactly.
It goes everywhere.
Yes, exactly.
So
Do we have a special guest?
Is the IronQuest one the next then?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. We do have a special guest.
Who? Well, what's up, Kevin?
What's up? How are you, Sean?
I'm good. How are you, man?
Sorry to crash the party. Are you guys recording
No.
right now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
no.
totally. That's where I heard the door and I was like, hi.
All right, well, I won't keep you. Just wanted to say hi.
Hello.
See ya.
Okay. He's gone.
Never know who might
okay.
pop in.
Back to it. So I believe we have some visualizations that we want to share, ours personally, and also some of our favorites from the Tableau community.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and start sharing mine.
Okay.
And then we can go from there. So this was mine that I did. And let me move my Zoom controls so that it doesn't get in the way. Let's see. Whoop. There we go. That way. All right. So first one is mine. And I was inspired by Zach Bowder's visualization that he did on Back to the Future. So he took the cinematic score for Back to the Future movie and published that out. And I thought that was really awesome. And so as soon as I saw that, I knew that I immediately wanted to do a movie. So I had to figure out which movie I was going to do. And so I thought back to what is a song and a movie that has really kind of stuck out to me. And it had to be Jurassic Park. It was, I remember coming out, that was what, 93, 94 ish. I was, 11, 12 in that age, which was like, right in my very formidable years. So I think I saw this movie like 4 times in the theaters when it originally came out. It was amazing. And so every single time I hear that score from all the different movies, it's iconic, it's recognizable, everybody knows it. So I created this. I thought it was really cool. And then to give it some, design flair to it, the logo, the Jurassic Park logo is, again, so iconic that I felt it'd be really cool if I could somehow fade that in the background, so as to, as people kind of look at they look at the music, the dots, the marks, and they can kind of see what it is, and then they have to kind of look through the music to see kind of what it is, and then they get it, and then it's like, oh yeah, and then it dawns on them. So that was really cool. I enjoyed making this. I did the background in Figma, and then just pulled that in to there. So that was my creation. I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed seeing again what Zach did with his Back to the Future. But what I wanted to do real quick is to highlight a handful of my favorites. The first one that really stuck out to me was by Martin, his Radiohead and Rainbows, which the first thing that stuck out to me here were the colors. I think the colors were just, this one really pops. I think this would look amazing printed out on a giant canvas because it's so bright and colorful. And, I love what he did in that as it reloads here, because that's how Tableau Public does things. He obviously in his hover icon, he actually says in the very bottom, he advises you to go listen to the album while you're exploring this dashboard, which is a really cool thing. And then you click on the title of one of the songs, and that takes you to a deeper dive, zoomed in view of each song and what the colors represent, which is really, really cool. So fun navigation, a fun topic, a great album, great colors. It was really nice. And then the other one that I wanted to cover was Mark Bradburn's Bohemian Rhapsody. So another classic, iconic song that everybody knows, and it's also got a lot of orchestral pieces to it. It's got a little different parts. So what I like about what Mark did here is he actually broke it up. You can see here he broke it into the different parts and pieces of the song. So there's the ballad part in the middle, and then there's the operatic, the famous operatics part that was featured in Wayne's World movie, and then the hard rock song, the hard rock chorus, and then also, again, very bright, very colorful, which also ties into the album cover that this came out on, which is Day at the Races. That's what it was. And again, it had some highlighting here, so you can highlight on the different instruments here, which is a nice little piece there as well. So yeah, those are the ones that really kind of stuck out to me, and were really incredible. So
yeah,
excellent job.
Definitely love those two. I think the Radiohead one was inspired by Sam. Mm-hmm. And he is one of the ones that I wanted to share too.
Yeah.
So I can go ahead and share my screen. So here is what I did. Mine was very much inspired by Sam's, and this is Sam's Viz. If you don't know Sam, this is his Tableau profile. I highly recommend following him. He is this wonderful work. And he has written a blog post about how he created this radial view of the notes. And I simply read through that and just made a couple of adjustments to fit my data. But it was very easy to follow. And I love that he took this approach, because I noticed a lot of people had taken inspiration from it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So
yeah, the radial is actually a really nice, it does a nice job of encapsulating everything, but just kind of in a more compact format, and everybody knows how to read a clock. So you just kind of move your way around it. So this was great. And what I liked about Sam's was it was a progressive metal song. So it was, so progressive metal, you don't really think about, a lot of different, this just, plays into, this song is what this song is all about, which is fast and heavy and a lot of notes. So this was pretty cool.
Yeah, and he gives you the option to listen to it while you're going through the viz too. And there's a little bit of a highlight action as well through the bars and the notes.
Yep.
So
Nice.
cool.
Yep.
The next one was Luke's. I thought this was
Mhm.
really interesting too. He's showing, the notes with this, I would say minimalist, but still very cool design style.
Yeah.
And it's not just the notes that he's visualizing. He's got a lot of other aspects to the viz too. And he's done such a beautiful job of doing a horizontal viz.
Yes. Yeah. This one was really cool. I really enjoyed how Luke kind of, I think the horizontal kind of plays into that whole music album type of play to it. Cause the folks who are old enough to know, when you first get a new CD or or a tape or an LP or something like that, there's usually, you open it like a book, right? And if it was a double album, you kind of had to open it once and then open it again. So there was like multiple different pieces to it. So this reads very much like liner notes, which is something that I definitely spent a lot of time in reading liner notes of different albums. So yeah, this was really cool.
Very cool. And you have like the little record here almost.
Mhm. Yes.
Style. So cool.
Yeah.
The next one I wanted to share was Priya's.
Mhm.
So beautiful. I love how she has used the different sizes to bring out the notes.
Mhm.
And I think this did this one get Viz of the Day?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we actually had two Viz of the Day Data Plus Music submissions. So the other one was by Dennis Cow. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he did the Snow Patrol song.
Yes.
So yeah, it was really cool to see people be awarded Viz of the Day for a couple of these entries. So that was cool.
Yeah. And I think so Priya is using the different size or different even style of dots for the vocal category.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then I really liked this by Wendy as well. I'm not sure if this was, it was a Data Plus Music entry, but I thought it was really fun. I used to be able to play the Entertainer on the piano a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, I don't know, it just brings out that like live energy that the piece brings out.
Yep.
So those are a couple of the ones that I really enjoyed. Jen, I'm not sure if you had anything to add on that, or I know you want to show yours too, because I absolutely love the ones that you did.
Yes, and I'm not muted anymore. Sorry for the special guest appearance here. It doesn't matter how structured my time is. Will heard a familiar voice. Danushki, he says hi.
Aw.
Okay, so I think the trouble is going last is clearly you guys were touching on a lot of the ones that really jumped out at me. I think the ones that really personally inspired me were probably the Radiohead one, Sam's, as you mentioned, Danushki, and Wendy's, just because it was a different way to look at it.
Yeah.
Also, Melissa Davis, I really loved this one that she recently published. Just the simplicity to it was really awesome. I think every song, every different visual that comes in for each of these and how different they can be is so fun. I don't personally know the song, but
it's from The Witcher. You've got to watch it. It's so good.
But this gives me reason to now be interested, though. That's like the cool part of seeing some of these is it makes me want to go back and look at it. So the other one was Wendy, which you mentioned. This one we already looked at. I was going to show a couple of the ones that I had done. I think early on I played with it maybe a year ago or so, the Songbird visualization that I had done actually did get Viz of the Day. This is when Danushki first taught me how to play with the MIDI file. And I think almost, again, every single one of my visualization pops up with this because the song's actually embedded in it.
It's not, yeah, and that's, I think, a Tableau Public thing for some.
Really fine. But I really think, you know, like we've said, music touches us for various different reasons emotionally, and trying to create a visual to couple with that and the notes is just a lot of fun. I was inspired by Zach and did something with the Beauty and the Beast because a mom of 4 boys and we're a Disney house.
Yep.
And then I recently did something with Coldplay because it was fun to sit back and I watched I think it was a Netflix special, or was it on Amazon? I can't remember, about Coldplay. And I don't know about you guys, but sometimes you have to take a step back and think, gosh, I think I've been listening to this artist or band or musician for more years than I can count. Yeah. And I had this realization that I'm pretty sure I've spent a large part of my life listening to Coldplay without realizing, like, I really am a fan.
Yeah.
And so it was really fun to kind of dig into their website, looking at their timeline, and then going through some of the songs, which there's so many of theirs that I really loved.
Yeah.
And touching each one of those was a lot of fun. And I think being able to compare the songs side by side like this, it brought it to a new life for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was a great piece of advice to listen to the song and see the visualization, because it, again, just really interesting. If only I could figure out how Danushki did the whole MIDI and tied it to the soundtrack and then recorded it with time.
Yeah, I think, I mean, a lot of people initially when this went live on Twitter, they were trying to do that part, but it is pretty tedious, and I got help with that part as well. And we used Camtasia, which is not a free tool. And I think even without that part, it's such a beautiful visualization that we don't need the, synchronizing with the music. It does elevate it a little bit, but I mean, just seeing everything that people have published, I was mind blown, honestly. And the most fun thing for me was every time I recognized the song, that would be stuck in my head for like the rest of the day. I'm like, yes, guys.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
True. Yeah,
Speaking of getting the song stuck in your head, I have not updated it yet, but I do have a Spotify playlist that contains every song that was submitted during that was made out of the Data Plus Music collaboration. So I'm gonna finish that up tonight, and then I will share that out whenever we share this video. But if you wanted to, you can. It's a Spotify playlist, and you can go listen to all the songs that people participated in with.
That's
really
amazing.
Cool.
Yeah.
And do you have a collection of all the links too of visuals that were
submitted? Yeah. So everybody that submitted to the Data Plus Tracker form, I'm working on getting a tracker kind of spun up so that people can go look at that. But yes, I do have a Tableau Public link for everybody who submitted. So yeah, we can get that added too.
And then one extra step would be following the hashtag Data Plus Music, right?
Yes, definitely check that out. Data Plus Music. Follow my blog at hipstervizninja.com, and that's kind of where we're doing all this. So yeah.
Yeah, and every month the website talks a little bit about what is happening the next month as well. Correct?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yay! So your playlist should be Tableau conference in the Tableau conference, like soundtrack.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah. Speaking of Tableau conference, which is coming up, I'll give a little teaser for May. So the Data Plus Music May topic is going to be Data Night Out. So anybody who has been to a Tableau conference, free or virtual, knows that Tableau does a great job of bringing in really cool musical acts for Tableau conference. So the topic for May when we get there, since that's when Tableau Conference is going to be visualizing the artists and songs along with your experiences at Tableau Conference at Data Night Out. So,
Ooh.
Trombone
Yeah.
Shorty
yes.
on my list.
That's awesome. Lots to
Yeah.
look forward to. And thank you. I think this brings a lot of the fun to, there's a lot of different community projects I'm so grateful for, because sometimes you just need to step outside of your business mojo, right? And just kind of tap into something more fun and creative. And I'm so thankful for this. So thank you so much for putting this together. I know it takes a lot of energy. And we're
Yeah.
grateful for it.
Well, thank you for having me. Thank you for collaborating. This was awesome. And last thing I want to mention to everyone who's listening is just because the MIDI topic has closed for February, it does not mean that you can't go do it whenever you want. So if you are inspired by this and you want to go do your own, go do it. So that's the other thing that about Data Plus Music is you don't have to stick to the monthly topics. As long as you're visualizing anything related to music, throw that hashtag on there and share it with the world.
And if you have any questions regarding, MIDI or just, how to visualize it, please reach out to any of us. We would love to help you out.
Yes.
So thank you
absolutely.
so much, Sean. Are you going to be at Tableau Conference this year?
Yes, I'll be there.
I'm excited. It's my first conference.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun seeing people.
Yes.
I don't know how many. It's going to be interesting to see how many to see what the actual sessions are going to be like, because I feel like it's just going to be a 3-day reunion. Like we're just going to be so
be
excited.
sessions.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So we probably shouldn't say that too loud to the bosses
I'm
that
joking.
are listening to us, but no, it's going to be a great time, and I know it's going to be a really inspiring week. So I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thanks, Sean.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.